But check this out. What if they all was taught something different years ago in the beginning? Would they still believe the things they believe now? No, they wouldn't. They would have a different belief now because of what they was taught first in the beginning. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. Check this out. I wrote this story, and it's called The Holy White Pages. Many years ago, a book was made, and everybody who was born, name went into that book. And it was considered the book of books, the best book ever made, because the name, address, and phone number of everybody in the world was in that book. And it was the best book ever made, and they called it The Holy White Pages. And everybody worshiped that book, and everybody had one in their house. And if your name was inside the Holy White Pages, you was considered good. But if you broke the law or did something wrong, your name would be taken out of the Holy White Pages, and you would be considered a bad person and lost forever, and nobody would be able to find you. So everybody took the Holy White Pages seriously and made sure that their name was in that book. And for years, that's all the people knew and believed, and it was known as the greatest book ever made in the world. And nobody could tell those people nothing bad about the Holy White Pages. And then a few years later, another group of people got together and started doing their own thing, and started practicing something a little different, because they really didn't agree to everything in the Holy White Pages. And they really didn't want their names to be in it because they didn't want everybody to know where they lived. So they created their own book, and they called that book the Yellow Pages. And as time went on, a few other groups got together and started doing their thing and created even more books. And before you know it, they got about 5 different beliefs throughout the world. But still, the majority of the world believe in the Holy White Pages. Now one day, a young man named Simon is on a lunch break, walking down the street, and he see a group of people on a corner giving out flyers and inviting people to a Bible study class. And this group of people are with White Dove Ministries. So they stopped Simon and asked him would he like to come to a Bible study class on Wednesdays and learn about God and Jesus and be saved. And they would have nice refreshments and everything. And Simon always had an open mind, so he said sure he would go to a Bible study class on Wednesdays and check it out. So he went, and he liked Bible study class so much, he started going all the time. And every week he would be there, learning more and more. So then he wanted to share what he was learning with people he knew, to see what they would think about it. So Simon went over to his Uncle Sapp's restaurant, and Uncle Sapp said, "Hey, Simon, how you been?" "Hey, Uncle Sapp, I've been all right. I've been going to Bible study classes for about 6 months now, over at White Dove Ministries, and they teach some serious things over there." "Oh yeah? Like what?" "Well, so far, they taught me about God, Jesus, and Moses." "Well, okay, tell me some of the things they teach." "Okay, well, they teach that God is the creator of heaven and earth, and he's the one that created this whole world, and Jesus is his son. And he did all kind of great things also. He was able to heal the sick and feed the multitude of people. He was also able to change water into wine, and he died for our sins. And Moses parted the Red Sea and led the people to the promised land. And he also got 10 commandments from God for us to live by." Moses parted the Red Sea? Man, I done heard some stories in my day, but I ain't never heard nothing like this before. And they say somebody by the name of God created this whole world by himself? He didn't have no helpers? Well, that sounds impossible. Well, they teach that nothing is impossible for God. Well, how long did it take him to do this? Well, according to the Bible, it took him 6 days, and he rested on the 7th day. 6 days? Man, he worked fast. And you say Jesus is his son, and he died for our sins? Well, I'm sorry to hear that he died. And you say he was able to heal the sick? Was he a doctor? Well, you can say he was a doctor. He was able to heal. And you say he fed a multitude of people? Yes, sir. Well, how many people was in that multitude? Oh, about 3,000 or 4,000, I believe. Well, that was nice of him to feed all those people. But what made it unique was that he fed them all with only 1 or 2 fish and 1 basket of bread. Say what? He fed about 3,000 people with 1 fish and 1 basket of bread? Man, how big was that fish? And how many slices of bread they had in that basket? Man, I wish he was still around. I can use a man like that around here. He ought to be working in my kitchen. And he can turn water into wine. He can come around here and turn some of this water into wine, and I can save a whole lot of money on wine and food too. So this is what they teach in Bible class at White Dove Ministries. And just when I thought I heard it all. Yes, indeed. But anyway, I am sorry to hear that Jesus died. Sound like he was a good man. Yes, indeed. But Simon, do you really believe all the things they're teaching in that Bible class is true? Because most of the things they say is unbelievable. I mean, how could all that be possible? But wait a minute. They say you have to have faith. Faith? Well, who is Faith? I don't know nobody named Faith. No, faith is not a person. Faith means to believe. Believe? Well, the only thing I was taught to believe is the Holy White Pages. We always taught to believe in the Holy White Pages. So they teach we're supposed to have faith and belief in the Bible? Yes, sir. Oh, no, I can't believe a book like that. That book sounds too confusing to me. And you know, we always raised on the Holy White Pages. And my mom and my dad and my grandmother was raised on it also. And they told me the Holy White Pages is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I don't think they taught me wrong. They wouldn't do that. Besides, if anybody find out you stop believing in the Holy White Pages and start believing in the Bible, your name can be taken out of the Holy White Pages and you'll be lost forever. And I would never take a chance on that. But everybody's entitled to their own belief. So if you want to believe in that Bible, that's up to you. But I'm going to stick with my Holy White Pages because that's all I know. Well, okay, Uncle Sapp. Thanks for talking with me. I'm going to go over to Uncle J and talk with him for a while, and I'll see you around. Well, okay, Simon. See you around. So Simon went over to Uncle J's, and when he got there,